Tonight, Akwa Ibom Northwest Senatorial District endorses Tinubu, Akpabio and Eno for continuity.
So I call you to present myself to you, that Nami Bedi.
Recalled DG of NTA Saliu Abdulhamid Dembos returns to work. Plus, Benue State House of Assembly gets new clerk as Gombe Assembly inaugurates Youth Parliament. A very good evening and welcome to NTA Parliamentary News on NTA. I am Ene Ojonugba. The people of Akwa Ibom Northwest Senatorial District have endorsed President Bola Tinubu, Senator Godswill Akpabio and Governor Umo Eno as sole candidates for their current positions in the 2027 elections, just as they have been urged to unite and drive development across the state. In his address at the meeting, President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, who played host to the stakeholders, charged them to ensure that they work in unity in order to continue to benefit from democracy dividends from the federal government as well as the state government.
So I call you to present myself to you, that Nami Bedi. Nothing will happen to me because of your prayers. Can we shout a loud amen? And where I am is not one political party that will gain. It's the whole of this senatorial district, the whole of this South-South that will gain from this position of Senate President. We are doing a lot for you because you are the #1 senatorial district for the federal government of Nigeria.
He further encouraged citizens to mobilize their communities and take part in the ongoing continuous voter registration.
We have a big program now, which is a program of continuous voter registration. It has nothing to do with political activity, our political party. It is the show of strength of your senatorial district. Go out there and mobilize your families to vote, to register.
In their remarks at the meeting, Speaker Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly Udeme Otong and other stakeholders attributed the peace enjoyed in the state to the synergy between Senator Akpabio and Governor Umo Eno.
A motion has been moved and duly seconded that the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria will go for a second term as a president. The Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, our own, Dr. Godswill Akpabio, will go for a second term as a Senate President. And Pastor Umo Eno will go as a governor of Akwa Ibom State for a second term.
The gathering drew participation from members of the National and State Assemblies, local government chairmen and chapter leaders across Akwa Ibom Northwest Senatorial Districts. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has approved payment of retirees' accrued rights and other pension benefits to better the lives of pensioners and give hope to those still in service in the FCT. Chairman House of Representatives Committee on Pensions, Hussaini Mohammed Jallo, stated this during the committee's interface with pension administrators in the FCT. Issa Mohammed has more.
This was the first time the National Assembly oversights the FCT Staff Pension Department and the FCT Area Council Staff Pension Board to appraise their budget performances. Heads of the two pension administrations in the FCT briefed the committee on activities of the bodies, progress recorded and challenges, while appealing for support from the committee to enable them meet their mandate.
The board cannot function effectively without the support from the National Assembly and by extension the committee in charge of pension. We are happy we'll be receiving that support from them.
We'll always be interacting with them, so wherever we need them to come in, we'll do that.
Where the director has informed us, very soon they will commence the payment of the accrued rights, which has been approved by the minister. So this is something good for the pension of the FCT, And also they're doing everything possible to see they ameliorate the issue, especially of the RSA retirement savings account, all the bottlenecks associated with it.
They all believe that the current pension reforms will not only resonate hope for a better life after service, but also address holistic issues surrounding pension administration in Nigeria. In Abuja, Isa Muhammad, NTA News.
Meanwhile, House of Representatives Ad Hoc Committee on Floods has pledged to sponsor a bill that would mandate the establishment of local emergency management committees at the local government level for effective mitigation of flood. Ilyasu Ali Yakubu reports that the committee was on a familiarization visit to the headquarters of the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA.
Available records from the NEMA's dashboard indicates that 35 states have already been affected by the 2025 flooding, with more than 1 million people affected and economic losses incurred to the tune of over 1 billion naira. With this alarming scenario, the committee chairman said more strategies need to be adopted to mitigate the rising cases of casualties from flood and destruction of property. He said responding to flood disaster must be seriously re-examined to withstand the dynamics of the menace.
And what NEMA required to carry out and ensure that we have effective prevention, mitigation against flooding and response is funding. We need more resources, more money deployed.
NEMA's Director General Zubaida Umar highlighted a breakdown of activities to manage the 2025 flood mitigation and control. She said disasters are local, hence efforts put in place by the agency to strengthen the local and state emergency management committees to respond swiftly wherever disaster occurs before the intervention of the leading agency, NEMA.
Disaster preparedness is not optional. It is a shared mandate across all levels of government. And all of us, especially state governments, must fully strengthen the SEMAs and operationalize the local emergency management committees.
Experts believe that with the recent simulation exercise in strengthening the capacity of local emergency committees, the 2025 flood mitigation will be effectively managed and controlled. In Abuja, Ilyasu Ali Yakubu, NTA News.
Let's talk about legislative aids behind the scenes of Nigeria's National Assembly. Legislative aids play a vital role in shaping the nation's laws and policies. These aids provide critical support to lawmakers, handling research, drafting bills, and managing communication. Correspondent Amina Seidu takes a closer look at the unsung heroes powering Nigeria's legislative process.
From policy desks to constituency offices, these aids remain the backbone as they are assigned to lawmakers with responsibilities. They ensure lawmakers are well-informed, organized, and responsive to both legislative duties and public expectations. Policy and research aids analyze bills, gather data, and provide technical knowledge needed for informed debate and oversight. Administrative aids handle daily schedules, correspondence, and inter-office coordination, while media aids manage public communications and image. Others engage in liaising with government agencies, civil society, and constituents to keep lawmakers grounded in public needs. Their expertise helps strengthen democracy, and even though they operate silently, legislative aids remain strategic and indispensable in legislative practice. Amina Saidu, NTA News.
We now join Emeka Nwala, Chairman National Assembly Legislative Aids Forum, NASLAF, to speak on the roles of legislative aids as it relates to the functions of the National Assembly. You're welcome to Parliamentary News on NTA. Let's begin with the primary roles and responsibilities of the legislative aids in the legislative process.
Yeah, the primary roles are helping the legislators, to achieve their legislative duties in terms of preparation of bills, in terms of preparation of motions, in terms of preparation of every other legislative duties we are the bedrock of the legislative duties in order to enhance their legislative activities.
How are legislative aides recruited? And what qualifications and trainings do they receive?
Yeah, the legislative aides are recruited through the principals. They have the onus to recruit their aides. The qualifications ranges from senior legislative aides, SLA, mostly lawyers, legislative aides, LA1, legislative assistants, LA2, secretary, and PA, personal assistants. These are the categories. They recruit them according to their qualifications and all are built. So these are the qualifications and how they are being recruited. And when they recruit those, the legislative aides, they are being screened by the National Assembly Service Commission. Whoever is not qualified, the National Assembly Service Commission will send back to the legislator for a replacement. So they conduct interviews and every other thing around the candidates. Yes, the first induction training is being conducted by the National Assembly Service Commission. Tell them the modus operandi, how they will coordinate with their principals and how National Assembly is. Then later in the year, the management will conduct their own training to let them know how to relate with their principals and how to prepare bills to what they know. And every other training activities around it.
What challenges do legislative aides face and what reforms is the Commission considering to address them?
Yeah, the challenges, each legislator that comes in comes with a different new aides. So those who have not been able to recruit the older ones found it difficult to harness with the ones that he has chosen. That's why we have made recommendations to the National Assembly Service Commission to always have permanent two aides, to be recruited by each legislator, so that that experience will count. The experience will be there, instead of each legislator coming with new set of aides.
Thank you for your time, Emeka Nwala, Chairman, National Assembly Legislative Aides Forum, NASLAF. Away from legislative matters, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has directed the recall of Comrade Saliu Abdulhamid Dembos, the Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, who had vacated the post following some management changes in the agency. Comrade Dembos was appointed DG of the TV network by President Tinubu in October 2023. He will now return to complete his 3-year tenure. The president similarly directed the recall of Mr. Ayo Adeoyi, the Executive Director of News, to complete his 3-year tenure, which ends in 2027. A statement from the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, says the new directive effectively reverses the previously announced appointments of the Director General, Executive Director of News, Executive Director of Marketing, and Managing Director of NTA Enterprises. Meanwhile, the reinstated Director General, Saliu Abdulhamid Dembos, has returned to the NTA following his recall by President Bola Tinubu. He was received on arrival by top management and staff of the organization amid chants of solidarity and jubilation.
Staff and management of the authority welcomed the Director General, Comrade Saliu Abdulhamid Dembos, and the reappointed executive directors. Their return follows the recent directive by President Tinubu reaffirming confidence in their leadership and continuity of service. An assumption, the DG expressed appreciation to President Tinubu for the trust reposed in them assuring to uphold the mandate of the NTA.
Let me seize the opportunity to thank Mr. President for his action and to also assure the President and the government and people of this country that NTA will continue to do the very best.
Staff representatives expressed joy over the development, saying it would inspire greater dedication in the organization.
We are supporting him because he has started something. Let him finish. Everyone has his own tenure. So we pray that when he finishes, the person who will come will now succeed.
And this, I think, should also ginger him to put much more effort in bringing NTA up and serving this Nigeria as a nation.
This is a man that have done much onto the equipment development of the station, staff development, and on many things, the environment development. And it's a thing of joy that he's back with us.
I want to thank Mr. President for reconsidering and bringing him back. We're excited, we're happy, we're joyous.
The DG proceeded to a closed-door meeting with his management team in Abuja. Dennis Temple, NTA News.
Now to take a break. The news continues in a bit.
NTA Parliament is a dedicated 24-hour channel that broadcasts the activities of the Nigerian Senate, Federal House of Representatives, and all the 36 state houses of assembly. NTA Parliament, strengthening Nigeria's democracy.
You are on to Parliamentary News on NTA Parliament. Speaker, Benue State House of Assembly, Mr. Alfred Mbega, has sworn in Mr. Benfa Asema Mela as the new clerk of the House and Mr. Adole Francis Adole as deputy clerk. This follows a correspondence transmitted to the House by the chairman of the Benue State House of Assembly Commission, Ngohemba Angagbe. Assembly correspondent Grace Anyalewa Ichepa reports.
Discharge the duties of the office of the clerk
of the Benue State House of Assembly.
Of the Benue State House of Assembly.
To the best of my ability.
To the best of my ability.
Speaker, Benue State House of Assembly, Mr. Alfred Mbega, while swearing in the clerk and his deputy, charged them to carry out their constitutional duties without any fear or favor. In another development, member representing Ohimini State constituency, Mr. Ochekliye Agbo Isaac, moved a motion calling on the governor of Benue State, Hyacinth Alia, to reinstitutionalize the Ministry of Culture and Tourism to boost the revenue of the state. In a related development, member representing Kwande East constituency, Mr. Samuel Anyo Mato, called on the state government to establish more agro-allied industries to enhance food production and processing, increase revenue base of the state, and improve the gross domestic product and per capita income for agro-business operators.
The journey is still far as the state is nowhere near to be addressed as an industrialized state. The basis of which there is still very high number of unemployment as consequent low per capita income of individuals of this great state.
You see that these are very, very important and good companies that if put into use, if the government of the day will put them into use, it will also help, not just in the employment of our people, but our farmers will also continue to smile.
We all know that Benue State is an agrarian state, and the much of us that are engaged in farming activities, we farm, and most of the time our farm products get perished. Why? Because the off-takers that will come to collect this farm produce are not there. The executive arm of government
be urged to establish more agro-allied industries to encourage mass production of agricultural produce by farmers, increase value addition, increase production activities in the state, to raise the gross domestic product GDP of the states and per capita income.
The House adjourned sitting to Tuesday, 9 September 2025. In Makudi, Grace Anyalewa, Ichekpa, NTA News.
The Gombe State House of Assembly has inaugurated the third session of the Gombe State Youth Parliament with a call to action for the youths to play a vital role in shaping the state's future. Abbas Meikanu has the details.
That I will be faithful and bear true allegiance.
The Gombe State Youth Parliament is designed to empower young people with essential skills in democratic values, leadership, and civic responsibilities. By fostering debate, dialogue, and inclusive participation, the platform aims to harness the energy and creativity of the youth to address complex challenges facing the state. Speaker of the Gombe State House of Assembly, Abubakar Muhammad Lugereu, represented by the Clerk of the House, Barrister Rukaya Adamu, expressed appreciation to the Governor for his inclusive governance and recognition of the youth contribution to nation building. He urged the youth to approach their responsibilities with a spirit of peace and dialogue.
Leadership is about service. Serve with humility, wisdom, courage, and together we build a state where every young person has the opportunity to dream, to contribute, and to thrive.
The youth of Gombe State are looking up to us to be their voice, their bridge, and their beacon of hope. Our work must therefore go beyond speeches and ceremonies. It must touch lives, open doors, and inspire change.
The Speaker of the Gombe State Youth Parliament, Aliyu Danladi, thanked the Governor and the House for empowering youth in governance, while other speakers include the Gombe State Commissioner of Youth Development and the Clerk of the Youth Parliament contributed to the inaugural session.
Of Section 105 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, that the person elected as the governor shall have powers to issue a proclamation for the holding of first session of the Parliament.
As emphasized, the Youth Parliament serves as a training ground for democratic values, debates, and civic responsibilities, recognizing that the future of Gombe State and Nigeria lies in the hands of its young people. In Gombe, Abbas Meikanu, NTA News.
The Kebbi State House of Assembly has passed the Premarital Medical Examination Bill 2025 into law. The new law requires prospective couples to undergo medical screening before marriage. Assembly correspondent Jafar Yusuf Ilo reports that the law aims to promote healthy marriages and informed decision-making among couples planning to get married.
Premarital medical screening is a crucial step in preparing for a healthy and fulfilling marriage. This screening involves a series of medical tests and consultation that helps prospective couples understand their health status and potential genetic risk.
1. It will safeguard health-intending couples and future generations. 2. Ensuring effective coordination with health institutions and relevant agencies. 3. Guarantee compliance while respecting cultural and religious sensitivities. 4. Ensuring the laws achieve its purpose without creating an undue hardship. After robust and constructive discussions, the committee made the necessary amendments where appropriate and subsequently approved the bill with recommendations for its passage into law.
The chairman of the House Committee on Health, Aminu Abubakar Gulumbe, presented bill number KBHA/003/2025 before the plenary. The bill successfully scaled its first, second, and third readings and was referred to the Committee of the Whole. It was later passed into law. The chairman stressed that henceforth no person shall formalize any marriage without a medical certificate issued by a qualified medical doctor in respect of both parties, if the bill is assented by the Kebbi State Governor. He explained that any person who contravenes this section of the bill commits an offense and shall be liable to a fine of up to 1 million naira or a 1-year jail term.
The bill
strict on offenders, like for a medical practitioner who issues a fake certificate or a false certificate, he gets a 1-year jail term or a fine of 1 million naira. While the clergy who ties the knot without receiving a formal certificate gets 200,000 naira fine or 6 months imprisonment. And for both parties, like the couple and for each of them who also violate this law, gets 200,000 naira or 6 months jail term.
Additionally, at the plenary, the State and Local Government Contributory Pension Bill 2025 and Kebbi State Information Technology Development Agency Establishment Bill 2025 received their first readings and were committed to the appropriate committees for legislative action. In Buri Kebbi, Jafari Sopilo, NTA News.
And that concludes the news at this time. Remember to follow the social media handles on the screen for more updates and other programs. I am Ene Ojonugba. Have a good evening.